Welcome, my name is Aditya, and together with my team, we'll be talking to you about our product, the Cov-Misinfo Tracker. These are difficult and unprecedented times where individuals face not only a wide variety of stresses due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but also struggle with receiving trustworthy updates and news related to the pandemic due to a vast amount of misinformation out there on online platforms. This can lead people to distrust advice from healthcare professionals, which in turn poses a serious public threat and health and safety risk. This is where our Cov-Misinfo Tracker comes in, observing and analyzing posts on one of the biggest communication platforms, Twitter, in order to classify non-factual statements and educate others about the false narratives about the pandemic. This is what the flowchart would look like from a user's perspective. It involves the Cov-Misinfo platform, as well as the Twint web scraping tool to extract queried tweets, the Firebase API to store information, and the natural language processing API to analyze the tweets for key terms that would be used to classify misinformation. We'll go over a front-end demo, then a back-end demo of each of the utilized cloud platforms and tools. The user has a smartphone and is looking to observe trends related to specific terms typically used in COVID-19 misinformation. They would click Login. If they haven't signed up for the application already, then there is an option to do so. Once they log in, they will be prompted to enter their login email, they would also be prompted to enter their password, as well as the terms of interest that they would wish to query for. Once they submit, they'll be waiting for the backend magic to query for specific tweets, perform analysis on it, extract key terms and store it in the database to be displayed back to the user in the form of frequency graphs and word displays. The application will eventually have a sophisticated platform for requests and additional display features. Now we move on to the backend process, which starts off with the Twint scraping tool. We decided to implement the Twint tool to query tweets based on the terms specified by the user and extract those tweets to be directly sent out as a CSV file to the Firebase storage for further extraction and analysis. The query text as seen are specified based on various customizable parameters that result in a CSV file of approximately 50 related tweets.
Pre- and post-processing tweets and associated metadata are stored in a Firestore NoSQL database. This is a service that's included with Firebase's environment. So Firestore was chosen because it's very fast, it's reliable, and it's also extremely scalable. These are inherent features of the NoSQL database. It's also integrated with the rest of the gCloud environment because of its inclusion with Firebase, which is part of gCloud. This makes integrating it with the rest of the APIs and services that we utilize from gCloud, it makes it very simple. And so this is the Python code that takes the CSV output from the Twint scraper and pushes it to the Firestore database, which I'll show you next. So this is the GUI for the database that is created by that Python code. So the entries from the CSV file, each row is entered as a field. This is similar to an object in an object-oriented programming language. These fields are stored as what are called documents, which are in turn stored as entries in what's called a collection.
We decided to use the Google Cloud Natural Language Processing API due to its pre-trained models and easy-to-use functionality. The tweets are retrieved from the Google Firebase and loaded into the development environment. The tweets are entity and sentiment extracted and are sent back to the database for storage. With this data, we can generate a plot that demonstrates some of the most common words found in the text-analyzed tweets, such as pandemic, China, COVID, and virus. We also created a word cloud to visualize these keywords in a more appealing manner to the user. The bigger the words are, the more often they are used. The user can use all this information to determine what are the most common forms of misinformation and begin working on addressing these concerns.
That's our presentation. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it.